So we'll start with Trump on Gutfeld. Interesting combo. Bandwidth traffic, Starlink, bro. Yo, Urs is funny. All right, so let's get into that. Let me share the screen. And then we will move on accordingly. All right, already got it queued up. Nothing like when it's already queued up. All right, let's take a look.
First of all, I would like to apologize to tonight's audience and the viewers at home. We will not be airing the Steve Doocy cooking segment tonight. We apologize to Mr. Doocy, but you'll still be able to get his new book, Cooking with Crisco, for free. Instead, we have a very special show tonight, so let's welcome our guest. She's still quite humorous with a fetus in her uterus. New York Times bestselling author.
Like I said, I've never seen this.
She's from San Francisco, but still appreciates indoor plumbing. Co-host of Outnumbered, Emily Campagno. His deltoid can deflect an asteroid. New York Times bestselling author, comedian, and former NWA world champion, Tyrus. And he loves Diet Coke, but hates the woke. Choosing this insanity over Sean Hannity. Let's crank it up to 11 for President 45 and 47. The man who fighting out of the red corner from Queens, New York, the 45th president.
Yo, man, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Man. Donald Trump is what we've always known that he's been. And I know personally for me, my dislike and contempt for him when he first started running, I'm realizing more and more how it shaped how I was extremely biased and looking at him. Donald Trump is a likable guy, but I also feel, and I told you on the other show, that after his first assassination attempt, I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if this was around the time when, then RFK Jr. moved his support over. So maybe that's softening me up on him. I don't know exactly what it is, but yo, there's certain people that just got that it factor, bro. There's certain people that just got that it factor. And like it or not, Trump got it. I don't know what's going on with me. Maybe after today, it's just been a little bit too much politics. And I just need to kind of disconnect and get a reset for the weekend. Maybe I'm not seeing things clearly, but yo, just pay attention to how my man conducts himself. It's just a lot different to me that I see when it comes to Kamala, but we're gonna let Kamala have her shine on Monday, but we're focusing on Trump today.
United States, Donald J. Trump. There you go. So, Mr. P, how's your golf game?
Well, haven't been thinking about it too much lately. I always said golf is a very dangerous game.
It really is. It really is, especially if they're playing with you.
Yeah, that's true.
That was a mean joke.
Pretty sad.
If they had told you that the shooter was there, would you have tried to take him out with your 3-wood?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. If I knew. Actually, the Secret Service did a great job. They saw the barrel of a gun, big gun.
Yeah.
And it came out through bushes. And how many people would see that? He really was very exceptional to have done it. And we've been going through a lot of it. We're getting very good at it, but I don't want to say that too loudly because...
And just to be clear, I'm not sold on voting for Trump. Just to be clear. I didn't want the media, they look at this show and I didn't want them to clip it up and they use it as clickbait and act as if I'm endorsing Trump, because obviously that would be very significant, similar to the Teamsters endorsement. So I just wanted to, just be very clear in that. But let's keep going.
We don't want to bring any jinxes along, Tyrus. Right? But it's
at least he could have yelled 4.
Yeah.
This is not a good thing to have practice at.
No.
Like, you're getting really good at stopping assassinations of Donald Trump. It's great. But I want to ask you, so Kamala Harris and the President Joe Biden, if he's still president, we don't know. They called you after you got shot at.
Yo, all right. So we asked it in the last, I think on Wednesday, we were talking about this a little bit, but right in the chat, whether or not you would continue running if you were Donald Trump, if somebody made an assassination attempt at you, or if you would just keep it moving, disappear, and just be super wealthy for your family. Because it's almost like I know I'll be connecting these dots. We talked a lot about the Tua situation with his concussion, and people said it's too dangerous for him. He should just go and enjoy life with his family. He should just walk away. He's made enough money. He doesn't need to be playing the game. It's going to put him at risk for having a significant injury, and that's going to impact his entire family. Could you make the same argument with Donald Trump? Could you make that same argument where it's like, yo, this is too dangerous, and he's going to highlight just how dangerous maybe the job of being president is? Could you make that same argument to say, like, yo, you need to just step away? You know, you got people trying to shoot at you. This is the second assassination attempt in 2 months. You can't even play golf without having somebody try to assassinate you. Why don't you just walk away, you know, enjoy your life, be wealthy, spend time with your family and friends, and just move forward from there? What would you do?
And to wish you well, to say all these nice things.
They do.
But they're the same people that moments before say you're a threat to democracy, an existential threat, worse than Hitler. Does that mean that everything they say is full of?
Well, you know, both of the shooters, one is dead and the other one is in prison. And it was really great work, again, by Secret Service. And a woman who saw somebody running and running for the car because he was caught, and the Secret Service agent started shooting at him, didn't do any talking, said just, that's a barrel of a gun, started shooting, which was amazing. Then he saw it, and then he started shooting. And so this man is running to the car, and a woman is a woman, of course. Woman's always a woman, right?
We just found out,
No, but think about that. How smart. Who would do this? She sees somebody running, and she didn't like the way he looked. He looked very suspicious, and followed him and took the car, parked it right behind his, and started taking pictures of the license plate. Who would do that?
A Karen.
And then sent the picture to the sheriff, who's a great sheriff of Palm Beach County, and sent the pictures to the sheriff's office, and they got him in a high-speed chase down the highway. But who would do that? I mean, I said, out of 1,000 incidents, would that ever happen? And they said, very rarely a thing like that. So she's very much of a heroine, right? Heroine.
You know, it blows my mind, like how you take these events so, not lightly, but it's almost casually. The way, like, I get more angry, you know, when my pant pocket gets caught on a doorknob. I get angrier about that than you get angry about getting shot at. It doesn't. How do you process that?
Well, number one, do I have a choice? Right? What am I gonna do? Right?
Yeah.
Do we have a choice? But you know, it's interesting. I was thinking a lot about it over the last period of time since Butler, and being president is a very dangerous job. Because with a race car driver, that's a dangerous job. It's like 0.1% die. With a bull rider, I think bull riding looks pretty scary, right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit more than that die. With a president, what is it, 6% or 7%? It's the most dangerous profession there is.
Now, obviously, that's a dangerous profession when 6% of the people are killed. Now, according to Jim Jones, if I remember correctly, don't quote me, but Jim Jones said that being a rapper is the most dangerous job in America. It actually may be president, and it actually may just be being Donald Trump. I don't know, but it's something to really take into consideration when we think about it, that 6% may not seem like a high number, but when you actually compare it to a lot of these other quote unquote dangerous industries where, you know, race car driving, a lot of other industries that I'm sure maybe even more dangerous than that, 6% of people dying. That's pretty much that. that'll make you think. You know, I don't know if any of y'all had aspirations of going into politics, or think about when we're little kids and we're sitting in pre-K and kindergarten and the teacher asks, you know, what do you want to be? I want to be the president. I don't know if you want to be the president, young man, young girl. I don't know. But for him to just be laughing about that, I'm telling y'all, if somebody, I don't know how I'll be conducting myself, but I did see Ursi respond, and Ursi said, continue to run without a doubt, just to prove a point. I've never had a near-death experience like Trump obviously had. Never had one. But a lot of people say that, you know, they can change the way that you think. I would think that they would change the way that you think. He does seem a little bit more subdued to me. But I don't know. Is it enough to make me vote for him? I don't know.
So if you want to be president, I have a lot of friends that wanted to run. They're thinking about maybe not doing it. But here's the only good thing is that it's always a consequential president that gets shot at. Mm-hmm. And fortunately, so far, I've been very lucky, or something is greater than all of us.
Ooh. It is.
And fortunately, so far, I've been very lucky, or something is greater than all of us.
Ooh. It is.
Something is up there. Someone is up there, maybe watching over us.
I think he's voting for you.
Yeah.
I was muted. My bad.
It's funny. I always thought the most dangerous job
than all of us.
I was muted, and I'm glad I was muted, because what I said was, I came out the closet. I'm a Trumper. I can't help it. I'm a Trumper. I don't know. I still don't know if I'm voting for him. I'm being honest about that. But look at this. This guy's hilarious, whether you like him or not. He's a character. My bad, it was muted. But just look at him, like, everything is just, I don't know if he's just that much of a good of an actor, but he just really seems like this is just him. Look at him look up as if he's looking at God.
Fortunately, so far, I've been very lucky, or something is greater than all of us.
Ooh. It is.
Something is up there. Someone is up there, maybe watching over us.
I think he's voting for you.
Yeah. It's funny. I always thought the most dangerous job was feeding The View.
What's up, Brandon?
You bring up God, and you've almost been killed twice. Do you think more about your own mortality and what happens after you move on?
Yeah, not about mortality, but I do think more about God, because, Butler was really the greatest of all miracles. If I'm not looking over there, and I mean a full turn, exactly 90 degrees, I wouldn't be here right now, and your ratings would be a little bit lower, perhaps.
Yeah. We'd have Kilmeade there.
We have to tell the story of how we first met. The ratings over. Remember that one week he just played that thing, but I do think about that because the chart. It was basically an immigration chart. We had our lowest numbers that we've ever had in immigration, and I very rarely use it. Maybe 15-20%.
We'll probably just do a couple more minutes of this.
It's always on my left, and it's always at the end of a speech. So now I said, bring down the chart right at the very beginning, almost like the first sentence of the speech. Bring down that chart, because immigration is such a big thing now, with, our country being basically taken over by Venezuela and lots of other people. So I said, bring down the chart, and the chart drops down, and I go, look at those numbers, and I look over to the right, and ping, and that was not. I knew something was definitely wrong. And it was a mess. I said, that's unusual.
Do you remember when you showed it to me?
I showed it.
Yeah, you showed it to me. You said, I know people aren't going to believe this, so Gutfeld, take a look at my ear.
That's right. We met at the convention.
Yeah.
And I said, who am I going to?
All right. That's enough of that. Check it out. You know, the good thing about these type of settings, or just an interview, or just, I don't know. I think, I'll tell you what, and I criticize the Breakfast Club a lot, but I think these type of interview styles where it's a little bit more open, a little bit more casual, I think that they do allow us to see a little bit more of who that person is. Now, of course, somebody's always going to understand, you're running for president. So you're putting on maybe somewhat of a front. I don't know. Maybe that's why some people are drawn to Trump, while a lot of us are drawn to Trump, because it's like, may not agree with everything that he says, but you just feel that he's actually just being genuine compared to just somebody who you may or may not feel is acting. But I think it's good to see a lot of these. The town halls are one thing. The debates are another thing. We need to see all those, the one-on-one, the tough interviews. Those are hard as well. But looking at people in these type of settings, it can be very revealing. So, and that could be good or bad. It could be good or bad. So that is what it is. You guys can, of course, watch that full interview. That's all we're going to watch. As much as it would be perhaps a little easier to just play the whole interview. No, I'm just joking. All right, so let's move on. So as I told y'all before, we have something from the creator of the Boondocks. Ew, it's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.